Welcome back to another episode of The Whistleblower. I'm Adam from Two for Joy. I'm going to be helped out by one of the professionals today. Let me know in the comments if you can guess who it is. And today I have 4 topics. What is an offside? Double standards of yellow cards? What is a professional foul? And what defines assault on a football field? Let's get into it. So first up, was it offside? Sandro Tonali playing a cross-field ball to Jacob Ramsey in the Newcastle versus Man City game. And I found this one really interesting because when I first saw the ball put across, I think no chance. And then the lino sticks his flag up straight away. And I thought, oh, he must have been well offside for the lino to have put his flag up straight away. And then when they show the still, I think, surely not. Can that linesman, who's not even in line with the defence, see right away across the pitch and think 40 yards away he can tell whether Jacob Ramsey's foot has encroached just past the City defender? I don't think so, but what do you think?
Well, it's a toenail that's offside.
And sure enough, he seems pretty pleased with himself as well. It bewilders me that 2 times in this game, Man City had offsides that were clearly shown in stills during the match with players a foot offside. But the lino kept his flag down just to make sure the phase of play continued and to check whether if City scored as a result of it, then their decision was correct. I think that's what they're supposed to do by protocol, but only if you're in a sky blue shirt. No, I'll correct myself. Because in this next clip, you'll see Dominic Szoboszlai is about to cross the ball in for Liverpool. And 2 Liverpool players look to be stood in offside positions, but obviously Dominic Szoboszlai hasn't kicked the ball yet. So I imagine both those Liverpool players will make arching runs back in past the Nottingham Forest defenders in order to keep themselves onside. But ironically, as he clips the ball in, both players encroach a little bit further. And from what I can see, looking across the line of the grass on this Nottingham Forest pitch, which appears to be perpendicular to the penalty box lines that have been drawn, before any Liverpool fans turn around and say, nah, the line's not right, they both look to be offside. And the VAR clearly get this one right because they show a lovely automated image of Virgil van Dijk standing behind a Notts Forest player who stood directly behind him. But when I zoomed in on this clip, it appears that Virgil van Dijk's shirt sleeve would definitely be past the foot of that Notts Forest defender if he's standing in an upright position. But I must be wrong because they draw the lines. They have better views than we do. They don't like to show them to us, but they have better views than we do. And then sure enough, on to the next one. Double standard yellow cards. Now, this baffled me when I saw the highlights of the Wolverhampton game to see Critchy take the ball down the line. It goes out for a throw-in. The lino obviously puts his flag up that the ball's gone out, but Critchy doesn't see him, turns around, plays the ball down the line. Or so he says he didn't see him. And sure enough, the referee reaches to his pocket and gives him a second yellow and sends him off. And you can see by Critchy's face in this still, he can't believe it. Shock. Bewilderment. He's been sent off for kicking the ball away. But again, if you believe this is a yellow card, completely justified. But what I would say is this rule only for the 14 teams outside of the top 6 or the big 6? Because in this clip, or as you'll see from this still, Lewis Hall is about to bring the ball down and Ryan Shirky is about to foul him. And after the foul, Matheus Nunes is going to kick that ball away. But obviously, when Matheus Nunes kicks that ball away, you'd expect the referee, because the standards are the same across every game and every team is treated equally in the Premier League, that he would receive a yellow card. But ironically, he doesn't receive a yellow card. And I just found it a real head scratcher that being in a sky blue shirt, he wouldn't receive a yellow card. And I did think maybe next season, Newcastle should get some nice away shirts in sky blue, because it might mean that we don't walk away with 5 yellow cards for so-called professional fouls. Which brings me on to, what is a professional foul? You'll see in this clip Joe Willock run up behind Bernardo Silva, and he pulls his shirt. Pulls his shirt and stops him from playing the ball. Clear professional foul. And as sure enough, the referee gets it right, calls for the free kick, shows Joe Willock the yellow card, and all is good. But ironically, in the same game, Nico O'Reilly runs down the line. Malik Chow manages to get his body in front and shield the ball as Nico O'Reilly grabs Malik Chow with 2 hands, spins him and throws him to the floor. He then walks over, pushes Kieran Trippier and stands in front of the ball so Newcastle can't take a quick free kick. As obviously Man City are desperate for points to get back to the top of the Premier League. But the difference being, he's wearing a sky blue shirt. Spotted. So, on this occasion, the referee decides not to reach for his yellow card, not to pull it up, and we move on. And then last of all, Bernardo Silva's the man. What defines assault on a football pitch? And what I would say is, Bernardo Silva, this is unbelievable. Bernardo Silva throws his full body weight into Dan Burn without even looking at the ball after being booked 30 seconds before this. Absolute head loss. And ironically, the referee decides it's just a free kick.
It's not much of a foul, to be fair.
And the only thing that makes me think this is not a yellow card is because he's got one of those sky blue shirts. And I think we're missing a trick here, because Newcastle do pick up a lot of bookings. We might need to get some of those sky blue shirts in quickly. Joel Linton, he's getting booked like once a week when he's playing. So, you know, sky blue shirts, I think it's the theory. Sky blue or red. One of the two. Need to change up the kit colours. But let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you think these are fouls. Let me know if you think these referees or officials set a standard at all, or whether it's just free-for-all, whichever game you're playing in the Premier League or whichever team you're playing in the Premier League. And obviously, get down there in the comments, join in the chat, like and subscribe, and hopefully, guys, I will see you in the next episode of The Whistleblower.